Yeah, good morning students. Yeah, we were looking at the definition of Indian knowledge system, what it stands for. And the next important topic is the sources for Indian knowledge system. Okay, what are the repositories, what are the books, literature available, from where we can gain knowledge or insights about Indian knowledge system. Okay, as you know, in India or even for the entire mankind, I can say the Vedas were the first known literature available to the entire mankind. Okay, so the seed of Indian knowledge system emerges from the Vedas. Okay, the word Ved is taken from the Sanskrit root vid. Vid means to know, and Ved is knowledge. Knowledge about everything possible that comes to your mind when it involves mankind. Okay, and Vedas, as the misconception is that it is only about the religion. It is a misconception, dear students, that Vedas talk, teach or contain only religious matters. No doubt they are the highest authority when it comes to Hindu religious matters in the world, but still, apart from the religious matters, it contains other knowledge systems as well, which are the basis for Indian knowledge system, right? And the entire body of knowledge, the Vedas, okay, it is said that they are apaurushaya, not written by any human being. They are coming to us directly from the gods themselves. And Vedavyas was the sage or scholar who not only compiled all that body of knowledge but divided them into four. That is why we have the four Vedas, namely the Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda and Atharvaveda, right? Initially there were only three Vedas. The Atharvana Veda or the Atharvaveda was added much later. Okay, so as I said, the genesis, the source, the seed, the repository of Indian knowledge system lies in the Vedas. Okay, and these four Vedas in turn are again divided into four sections each, namely the Samhita, Brahmana, Aranyak and Upanishads. Okay, now when it comes to IKS, apart from the Vedas, there are 6 Vedangas, okay, complementary bodies to understand the Vedas, and you can say the Vedangas form the applied knowledge, okay, and the 6 Vedangas are, pay attention students, Shiksha, that is phonetics in English, then you have Vyakaran, grammar, you have Chandas, prosody, you have Jyotisham, astrology or astronomy, then you have Niruktam, etymology. Etymology is the origin and meaning of various words or terms, that is Niruktam, etymology. And the last is the Kalpa. Kalpa means the ritual know-how, how the various traditions are performed. So the Vedas, the Upanishads and these six Vedangas, they also form the basis or the sources of IKS. Okay, apart from this there are 4 Upavedas also, okay, namely Ayurveda, okay, it is the Upaveda of Rig Veda. Then you have Gandharva Veda, the Upaveda of Samaveda, it deals with music, dance, the arts, okay. Then you have the knowledge of archery from Yajurveda, Okay, and the last Upaved is the Arthashastram, okay, written by the great master Kautilya. He is also referred to as Chanakya sometimes. So again I am repeating the Vedas, the Vedangas, the Upavedas, okay, the main sources of knowledge for IKS. And apart from this, they also include the epics. You know that there are two main epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, right? And again from the Mahabharata comes the Bhagavad Gita, okay, the message, the advice given by Arjun to Krishna, okay. And when it comes to the applied sciences, you have, as I said, Ayurveda, okay, you have the architecture, you have water management system, the sustainability factor. All these are part and parcel of the Vedic literature, okay. So main sources, everything Indian, and it is not only restricted to the ancient scriptures, even the regional languages, regional literature. We have so many tribes living in India, so even they have their own sources coming down from generations together. So these are the main sources of IKS, right? Can you repeat, students, some of them? Yes, can somebody stand up and repeat what I said just now, the main sources? Can somebody? Yes? You can stand up and tell. What are the sources just now I said, mentioned? Yes?
Vedas.
Yeah, very good. Vedas,
Upavedas,
Upavedas, Upanishads,
epics,
epics,
Vedangas.
Vedangas. Very good. So try to remember these points. Very important when it comes to IKS. Now, coming to the language in which these things are originally written or available. Okay, you all know that the language in which they were written is Sanskrit, right? They say that there is a saying, Bharatasya pratishthe dve Sanskritam Sanskritis tatha. That means there are two prestige factors when it comes to our nation. One is the Sanskrit language and other is the culture that we have, Indian culture, okay, our traditions, our practices, okay. In ancient days, students, we used to live along with the nature. We knew how to coexist with the nature right from the Vedic times. But nowadays the things have changed. Okay. We believe that the earth belongs only to the human beings. It is not so. An ant also has an equal right to live on this earth as we human beings do. So the entire flora, fauna, plant kingdom, animals, birds, they have equal right on the earth as we have. And what is it that we are doing to preserve the earth, the ecology of the earth? Okay, man, to meet his selfish gains, is causing so much of damage to the fragile ecological balance. So we need to fall back, look back on our ancient practices, traditions, systems to live a balanced life and maintain that balance with nature. Okay? The ancient man, right from the Vedic times, knew the importance of nature and sustainable practices, especially when it comes to agriculture also. Okay? Not only the scriptures, but as I said, even the regional languages have so much of knowledge when it comes to the ancient agricultural practices, and we are all falling back on them. there is now is the time to revive IKS if we need to live a peaceful life, right? To understand the importance of nature. Okay, that is why the National Education Policy, that is NEP 2020, has recognized the importance of our traditional knowledge practices, popularly known as IKS. Not only that, they have devised a ministry also separately for IKS, where lot of research is going on. Along with that, you have the Ministry of Ayush when it comes to the revival of Ayurveda practices, yogasanas, to remain fit physically, mentally, spiritually. We always believe in the holistic approach towards whether it is education, your lifestyle. That is why all these are a part and parcel of your IKS syllabus as well. Okay? In the first unit, we saw the definition, then we saw the sources just now and the language. Okay? Of course, Tamil is there, Pali is there, but the first language always is Sanskrit when it comes to the repository about Indian knowledge system. Okay? When it comes to Sanskrit, dear students, it is said that this is the language of the gods, right? And not only that, the pronunciation that it has, the articulation, the phonetics, it is said that it will cleanse your body. It is proved scientifically that when you chant the mantras, the sutras, okay, the environment is also becomes positive, okay, all the negative energy goes away. That is the importance of chanting the mantras or prayers, okay. And not only that, Sanskrit, they say, is a scientist's paradise, because so much of knowledge is written in Sanskrit when it comes to mathematics, astronomy, astrology, okay, various sciences like physics, chemistry, okay. And there are world-known mathematicians like Aryabhat, scientists like Varaha Mihir, and I think I told you about one more mathematician along with Aryabhatta. Try to recollect. Ramanujan, of course, is modern day mathematician. Yeah, check your notes, go back, revise. Bhaskaracharya, check and tell me please. We wrote about Aryabhat, Brahmagupta. Okay, see, these are the ancient mathematicians. And when it comes to Ayurveda also, okay, I gave you an introduction, the key terms about Ayurveda, the three doshas, Vata, Kapha and Pitta, and most importantly the Dinacharya. Practically speaking, when it comes to a student's life, the importance of discipline and Dinacharya. Because as I said, among the 4 stages of your life, according to the Indian tradition, you are in Brahmacharya ashram, the student stage. Very important, because your discipline now will pave way for the rest of your life, the quality that you are going to have in the rest of your life. After Brahmacharya ashram, you have Grihastha ashram. Okay, you get married, you have family, right? And after Grihastha ashram, you have Vanaprastha ashram, something like a retirement, modern day retirement. And the last is Vairagya ashram, Sannyasa ashram, where you renounce everything and you proceed to the forest. As I said, students, IKS is all about a holistic approach towards your life, where your mind, body, spirit, action, everything has an interconnectedness. Okay, that is why the yogasanas meditation is also gaining importance. So it is upon us, especially the younger generation like you, to preserve our traditional knowledge and system. You are very lucky that in our college the management has the vision to include IKS as one of the subjects, and yours is the first batch studying IKS as a GE paper. Students, I hope you have understood the main repositories or sources of Indian knowledge system. As we go forward, we will deal in detail with each of these, whether they are the Vedas, the Vedangas, or the Upavedas and the Upanishads, and also some important aspects of the epics, whether it is Ramayana or Mahabharata, and lastly, last but not the least, the Bhagavad Gita. And not only that, we will look into the schools of philosophy also. In Sanskrit, they are called darshanas, philosophy, the schools of philosophy. There are 6 major schools of philosophy called Shad Darshanas. As we go deep into the syllabus, we will come to that. So, whatever I have told you today, students, is that clear? Will it remain with you? She repeated it also once again for the benefit of the entire class. The main sources or repositories of Indian knowledge system, Bharatiya Jnana Parampara. Okay, Bhagavad Gita also says, Nahi jnanena sadrusham pavitramiha vidyate. There is nothing holy or holier than the knowledge. So, please pay attention always, be attentive, discipline. A student should have discipline. Right? Thank you so much and have a good day, dear students. Thank you.